Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? That's what you're wondering. Well, we're in the Sea Caves area. We're on the lower Sea Caves Road. This is probably as close as you can get to the blue Mediterranean Sea, unless you want to go and drive along the coastline in, shall we say, a four-wheel drive pickup or something like that. But we're not going to try that in the old S-Class. We're going to try and stick to the black stuff. And we're heading in the direction of Coral Bay. And, well, it's a truly spectacular day indeed. May is literally around the corner. Yes, it is the 1st of May, and of course summer is starting to cook us, that's for sure. We've had a bit of stormy weather over the last few days, but I promise you, that's gone for good. Don't worry if your name is Shady Tree and Mrs. Shady Tree. You're going to mosey down to Paphos and you're going to get to lounge on that sun lounger and cook and cook and cook. And when you go back to Norfolk, people will understand that you have been somewhere rather exotic on your holidays. Ola Red, so that's a bit of a coffee shop. It's been open a couple of months now, and they understand that this is a very busy road indeed as the summer progresses, because there's quite a few tavernas and cafes, and of course Sea Caves is behind us, so a lot of people like to mosey on down from Coral Bay and use this road. So what better place to open a nice little coffee shop or a watering hole for these two gentlemen that are jogging around, and even these two cyclists. There we go. Moseying on down in the direction of Sea Caves. We're heading towards Coral Bay, and we're going to go up past Coralia Beach. That's coming up on our right hand side pretty soon, and then we're going to transcend up, and on our right hand side will be the Coral Bay Beach Hotel and Resort, and then of course Coral Bay Beach, and then we will head up towards Coral Bay Strip, especially for James Henry and David Potter, because they like to know what's going on in Coral Bay. That's their favourite place in the whole world. And we understand that an awful lot of people do like to come to Peyia, and in particular Coral Bay, for a holiday. There's hotels and apartment complexes and of course villas scattered around pretty much everywhere. And if you come here through May, June, July, August and September, well, the place is, to use an old-fashioned British word, buzzing. It's a very busy place indeed. Coralia Beach Hotel and Apartments is on our right. Coralia Beach obviously is on our right, so that means just over yonder is the Coral Bay Beach and Resort, a spectacular 5-star hotel that sits on the cusp of the blue Mediterranean Sea. A spectacular little harbour to the rear of it. Again, go hunting back through our videos. Coral Beach Hotel, Marika and me, in the search bar on YouTube, and one or two of those videos will pop up and you'll find us monkeying around. Across to the resort, well, there's the Legends Lounge Bar. You've got Chris Car Hire if you want to rent yourself a car, and you've got a great supermarket and souvenir shop there as well. As we keep on going, slowly but surely, we're going to get to the Coral Bay Strip. So if you were walking from this hotel, shall we say 10 minutes at a leisurely pace, and of course you'll be able to eat and drink and shop till you drop. Pretty much everything you can want is on the Coral Bay Strip from a tourist point of view, if you understand me, from gift shops to towels and shorts and flip-flops, cigarettes, a bottle of beer, and if you want to hire a car again, or a buggy, that kind of thing. So let's take a right. And we're now on the Coral Bay Boulevard, shall we say. If we keep on going along here, Coral Bay Strip is but a stone's throw away. The road surface, well, if your name is Lady so sweet Caroline, I suggest you get your bottom on a memory foam pillow. But just before you do, why not pour a tot or two for the man known as Lord Nigel Big Guns. And of course, if you are the twins, you'll understand that we have just transcended past Arthur Payne's bungalow. He used to hang out here in the 70s and the 80s, and he used to drive around in an old Mercedes, so he's a bit like Mr. Paul. And he was a great man, and of course he was awarded for his kindness and his generosity to society, and the Queen himself gave him an award. So for his charity and his donation. So big shout out to Mr. Arthur Payne's memory, and a big shout out to the two superstars known as Lord Simon and of course Lord Jeremy. And they'll be moseying on down in Paphos again in November, and they're planning on hanging out for about 3 months or so. Go hunting back in the search bar on YouTube and pop in Double Trouble and Marika and me, and guess what? You'll get to meet them in trouble as usual. That's Lord Jeremy and Lord Simon, two identical twins. They call themselves Double Trouble, or some people call them Double Pleasure. I like to call them a couple of pains. There we are. We're now on the Coral Bay Strip. James Henry and David Potter are jumping for joy, that's for sure. Dolce Vita, Italian themed restaurant on our left hand side. Stanley Betts, if your name is Dave Jono. You've got Mavrius Leather, an upmarket leather shop, belts, coats, those kind of things. You've got the Dionysus Cocktail and Lounge Bar. That's where we hung out with a superstar known as Viscount Paul Butler, and we were also joined by Mr. Dirk and Mr. Michael, all the way from northern Germany, who are looking forward to relocating to downtown Coral Bay Peyia area sometime this year. They're able to communicate and work from their laptops. So two very, very clever young guys indeed, and they're bringing their dog, and you never know, we might get them chuchki dancing down the Coral Bay Strip, especially for you. So that was a Coral Bay Strip, restaurant after restaurant, and if you want some fulus, in Arabic that's the word for money, Paphos Cyprus. There we go. This is the main road that takes you to Paphos or to the Agrius St. George area. So we're going to pop over this roundabout a little bit to the right, and then we're going to take a left, and we're going to head up into Peyia village. If you want a frappe or a hot dog on your way, well, pop over there, and then that gentleman sells you a nice fresh watermelon. Here we are, officially entering Peyia, and we're going to mosey on down, and I'm going to take you into the back entrance of Peyia, shall we say, because there's a bit of big diggering going on in Peyia, so you've got to understand exactly where you are, otherwise you end up stuck. So we're going to go this way a little bit, go past the house of the man that owns the Coral Bay Karting Centre. This is a new coffee shop called the Oasis, a very, very popular place, and you can pop in there, well, any time of day, but you can go in there at breakfast time and get a nice croissant and a nice coffee and meet your friends, because there's plenty of parking, and you can mosey on down and have a bit of a chin wag. So this is the, shall we say, the unattacked area of Peyia. Yes, there's villas scattered around, but as we transcend a bit further, you're going to find that Peyia is a very, very built up, very, very, very popular area indeed, with locals, expats, and of course tourists alike. Very, very popular place if you're relocating to Cyprus. Lots of people retire to Peyia, and of course lots of people who are still working, perhaps in the Middle East, offshore. They reside in Peyia, and then of course get on a big bird or a canoe, you never know, and start paddling like crazy out to Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, who knows, Ghana. Yes, I've got a customer who is on an oil rig out somewhere in Ghana, but he's actually a geologist, so he's not actually getting his hands that dirty, is he? Now, we're going to take a right, as we've just done, and mosey on down along this freshly tarmacked road, and then we're going to take a left, and we're going to wiggle and we're going to waggle our way into Upper Peyia. And you're going to get some spectacular views, and perhaps see a part of Peyia that you haven't seen before. And if you've got a villa or an apartment somewhere in and around Peyia, and you want us to go and do a drive-by without any shooting, you let us know where it is, and I promise you that video will be coming especially for you. And if you're wondering how the channel is funded, well, go hunting through to our About page, and you'll find a little icon that's called Buy Me a Coffee. Very, very much appreciated if you do. Hit on it once or twice and let us know you appreciate what we're doing, and we'll transfer your money into liquid cash and pop it into the benzene tank and continue to make these videos especially for you. And if you want a special video, well, you know what you do. buy us a few coffees, let us know what you want us to do, and we'll make that video especially for you. And as you can see now, we are transcending up into Upper Peyia. Obviously the views from the top here are truly spectacular, and that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people buy properties up here. Very tranquil, very calm, spectacular views. But yet on top of that, Peyia Village supplies everything you can possibly ever want. Paphos is but a 15-minute drive, and Paphos Airport is but 30 minutes. So what better place, what better part of paradise could you choose other than Peyia? And as you can see, there's a lot of building going on because there's a lot of people want to buy villas up here, and they're not cheap. Go onto the various websites and you're going to understand if you want somewhere decent in and around Peyia, well, you're going to need 300, 400,000 euros, and if you want something special, well, you're probably going to be nudging onto $1 million. If you're coming from somewhere like London or New York, we understand, Miss Yvonne, that it's chump change. That's one of our superstars who lives in downtown Paphos, an American lady all the way from New York with an English partner in crime called Mr. Steve. And well, we're going to go and steal their Mercedes on Wednesday because she's got some faulty broken window switches. So we'll pop in, steal the car, fix it and deliver it back, and all Miss Yvonne has to do is lounge by the pool and dream of the Cyprus residency, which I'm sure will be coming very soon indeed. Here we are, Uptown Peyia, as we're going to call it. Spectacular views across the mountainside, and of course spectacular views down towards the blue Mediterranean Sea. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and of course if you do like what you see, why not hit that like, click the subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. That's the blue Mediterranean Sea. We're up in the hills above Peyia, and it's a truly spectacular place indeed. And I'm going to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you again very soon indeed.